What's going on, designers and decorators? It's Timothy. I hope everyone is doing fantastic and having a safe week because it's almost the weekend. I was about to say weekend. I'm so done with this week. It's been so busy. But I wanted to do this episode because I was talking to a designer friend of mine and we were reminiscing about when we started designing, like how we really started. And it dawned on us that designers today when they're first getting started don't have the resources that we had when we were starting. And we're like, well, what kind of new resources are there? And we realized very quickly that there's this new online learning boom with designers, that the ones who have been doing this for a while have now turned to making money off of coaching and mentoring. And then there's even business coaches that are claiming to be interior designer business coaches but have never been an interior designer. And I wanted to touch base on how we can really help you kind of distinguish who's fake and who's actually telling the truth about them being a design coach. And I'm very, very strict in regards to what qualifies that. I feel like a true business coach, in the sense of a true business coach for interior designers, not only has been an interior designer themselves, but has also had other types of businesses to back up, that whole business coach. Then there's mentors. Mentors are very different. Mentors kind of guide you in a sense of, I've been a designer myself and I can guide you in the right direction based on, my experiences and the crap that I went through as a designer. So I feel like there's two distinguishing factors between a mentor and a business coach. And so with this new boom of business coaches creating these Facebook groups for interior designers and not providing any value in the group whatsoever. In fact, those groups mainly are just to funnel you guys into their quote unquote business coaching. Now, I will say this, there are business coaches who are legitimately good at what they do. It's because they've been a designer before and they know exactly what they've gone through, and they know what you're going through. And so they can speak from that experience and also from owning businesses. And so the ones that claim that they've just owned a business before and they've never been a designer, those are just regular business coaches, the generic business coaches. And I feel like they don't know how we run as designers, and they more times than not resort to saying, oh, well, just increase your profit, like increase your rates, which will increase your profit, and there you go. And then you'll attract higher end clients. Just because you have a higher price doesn't mean you're going to attract the high end clients. There's so much more work that goes into it. It's years and years and years of work to get the right clients. And it's not just as simple as increasing your rate like a lot of these business coaches claim. So one thing that you could do to kind of determine whether or not this business coach, quote unquote, is legitimate is paying attention to the language. So there are laws that regulate media and the intent in particular behind that. So gradually they're improving, which is good, but it never ceases to amaze me on how many gurus exaggerating their outcomes and make claims that are literally just too good to be true. So if someone is promising to teach you how to quadruple your profits as an interior designer in an X amount of time frame, they're right off the bat a stupid coach. Because I'm not saying stupid, I shouldn't say stupid, because they could be a great coach, but every single industry is different. But outrageous claims like that, when there's so much behind the scenes that happen, they can't sit there and say, yeah, let's quadruple your income in 30 days. Well, how do you know that's actually going to happen when it's not just a matter of you teaching that designer what to do? It's also about the designer themselves being able to implement what you actually teach them to do. There's a lot of other exaggerated claims, fitness coaches even, like lose 25 pounds in the first week. That's all contingent on that individual and how well they follow that plan and how well they're actually able to continue what that particular coach tells them what to do. Like, you can't just randomly lose weight, or like those pills that say lose weight while sleeping. Well, what they don't tell you is that you still have to do workouts. Like, you still have to be fitness induced and actively, going out there and helping yourself lose the weight. And so when you're talking about these interior design business coaches, one of the other things that you have to look at too is ensuring that they walk the walk. This is one of the first items to vet when evaluating a coach. So if a coach promises to teach you how to make 7 figures being an interior designer, ask them, okay, have you yourself as a designer have gotten at 7 figures a year? And if you have, what's the proof? Where's the proof? Do your research and make sure this person has achieved exactly what they've claimed to accomplish. And then dig a bit more. Apply your critical thinking skills to determine if his or her starting point was much more favorable than your own. Like, for example, did they get a loan from a family member to start their design firm? Did they just happen to get lucky and start getting a bunch of word of mouth clients that normally would take a couple of years to actually build up to if you start from a different route as they do? So it's really important to make sure that they actually walk the walk and they've completed and accomplished everything that they claim that they're going to be doing for you. Next up, watching out for those sales tricks. So aside from the inflated claims, paying attention to shady sales tricks is a huge thing. For example, a coach might throw in 10 bonuses to justify your margin or your profits on your furniture and keep a strict no refund policy on that. A website with an annoying countdown clock that says, book in the next 10-15 minutes and price will stay at this current price. And if you don't, then it's going to increase, whatever the case is. A lot of people fall for it. I get it. The sense of urgency is what they're banking on. They know, those business coaches, that especially not the good ones, what they're doing is they know that designers aren't very business savvy. Very few of them are business savvy. And so when they've realized these kind of like flaws in an industry, that interior design traditionally is a very creative sided mind, and not a lot of us have that business aspect of our minds tapped into, they will exploit that. And they're basically saying, hey, I'm a business coach. I've made a lot of money in my past, and I'm here to teach you how I did it. But those sales tricks are what's making it kind of like almost on the line of unethical business practices, because they're banking on that you are struggling in some aspect of your business and you have the answer to that, or that business coach has the answer to that, and you need to act very quickly in order to obtain that information. Otherwise, you're kind of shit out of luck. Choose a coach who understands your current situation or even life stage. Now, when I mentor designers, I get to know them and I try to understand where they are in their business, because it's really important to understand that aspect of it. The coaches who don't take the time to understand your current situation or challenges, how the fuck can they sit there and give you solutions to those if they don't understand it? Next up, we're analyzing free content. So coaches, like many entrepreneurial people and even enterprising business owners, often offer free content to entice their potential clients to pay for a full program. So it's like, for example, here's 500 blog topics, and at the very end, it says, okay, if you want, or like at number 400, it's like, oh, if you want all 500, join our group, and it's like $95 to join the group and you'll get the other ones. Stuff like that. The quality of free content directly correlates to the level of experience and expertise you'll receive with that coach or even their paid courses. So I found that most coaches will state all of their core strategies in free blog posts or videos, but then you'll pay for the deep dive guide that teaches you, quote unquote, the how-to steps on how to achieve that. And so look for content that blows your socks off with at least one of the following: the wealth of experience, depth of information, or originality of strategies. And if you're not impressed with the information the coach provides for free, then you really shouldn't expect any higher of a caliber when you're hiring the actual coach to help you with your business. And lastly, I want to talk about with your gut. Your gut is the number one thing you should be listening to. If something seems off, it probably is. Like, even in the slightest thing, if something seems off, just don't do it. Just go and try to find a business coach if you really need one. Go and try to find a business coach that you can relate to and that feels just good in your gut. It could be an inconsistent story or host of pressure tactics from the coach, or a combination of attitude and behavior. A brilliant athlete or entrepreneur with a nasty personality can't possibly be a good coach. When you decide to invest in your growth and knowledge, you deserve good experience. So if you feel that you're not going to get that good experience, why even drop money on that? Is it just because they claim that they're the best coach in the industry? Well, if you don't feel like they're going to, do good on you, then just don't even do it. Go find someone who maybe charges a little bit less or who you actually align with, and make sure that, you're investing in yourself and not just investing in, stuff that you can literally go and find online and shit. So I wanted to touch base on those 5, primarily because there is an increase in these business coaches who have never been interior designers. There's some on Facebook that are the 3,000 designers strong on these Facebook groups. If you never see that business coach providing any value in those Facebook groups, and all they're posting is like, "Hey guys, what are you having for wine on the weekend?" They're all they're doing is using that Facebook group as a means to funnel you as a designer who needs help on their business into their pocket. And then, of course, after a while, once they've grown these like Facebook groups, they then go, "Oh, guess what, guys? I have a fucking course, just like everyone else has a course." So it's really, really, really important that you know who you're going to deal with. And if they've never been a designer, I would stay clear away from them. And the reason why is because they need to understand our industry in order to coach our industry. Even on the business side of things, there's like so many different things. Like when I was a DJ and owned a DJ company, I would never run an interior design firm the same way I ran a mobile DJ company. And so you have to really look at that too and understand that their path in career, does that even align with interior design? Just use your gut. Always go with your gut. Definitely check out Indema.co. We have 30-day trial. We actually increased it. We just launched the web clipper. Also, we have a Facebook group. Trust me, I am not having this Facebook group as a funnel to get you guys into my business coaching. I actually do it for free. I no longer charge for coaching and mentoring. Head over to the website, go to the contact page, schedule a call with me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to help you. Not at all is this group at all related to business coaching whatsoever. Everything in there is free. It's truly designers helping designers. And the name of it is ID management. So facebook.com/groups/ID management, or even go in the search and type in interior design management and come join us on the group. We're about 170 strong. We want to get that higher to help each other and just be really a community that's focused on each other. Again, go to Indema.co, interior design, business and project management tool, 30-day free trial. It's the cheapest in the industry. We just got the web clipper, mood boards are coming, QuickBooks is coming. Don't worry about any of that. And yeah, thanks so much for listening. I love you guys.